We'll walk you through
Okay.
a little bit about how to find a great space to work.
So what are we looking at?
So this is our web app, right? So this is how you would come in, have an account, free account for anybody to set up. You would come in and say, how am I going to work today? I want to work in San Francisco. I want to today work, let's say, I actually want to work, we set up some fun ones, in not the normal place. I'm used to working in my cubicle or my, four walls of corporate, but I'm going to work out of the box. And out of the box is an opportunity to take a break out of the rut, try something new and eclectic that may make working feel a little more exciting. So that's how I'm going to work, but then you can also say where, your location, and when, right? So this will look for the earliest, if this is, say, when I want to have a meeting or meet up, and how long. And I've chosen San Francisco. It'll go through, find the available workspaces that are in this area. You can also just go based on where you are. You'll just do the GPS. So we see, and you were just at Workplace Embarcadero, and hopefully you saw these wonderful spaces they have here.
I did.
So here you can see what they have that meet with that criteria, right? So we could do their Golden Gate room. Well, that's the only one that's available from them. Or you could look at, here's the hatchery, but that's their private one. We'll go to next space, which, oh, look at that. This is actually the Mobile Work Week scavenger hunt, hint, hint, where if you find these, they're at many of the venues in San Francisco. If you find them, book in and confirm, costs nothing. We'll track that, and the more people that get in, then they get in an opportunity to win one of the prizes, which is a free day pass or a free month pass at some great venues, as well as some cool messenger bags that we've got. I'm not going to do that because I got that, but let's go here, and we'll look at, oh shoot, that's not giving me the space I want. Let's see what we get here. So here's one at Rocket Space. They've got one, $20 an hour for this particular room. And they just have one. Let me go back where I can get you a bunch. Change my filters a bit. I'm just going to say I'm going to co-work. And we'll see what comes up here. Co-work.
They're back.
So basically what I'm seeing from this is it's kind of
It will pick the based on where you are or what city. You could be here and say, I'm going to be in LA, and you can search LA, and you can book it right here, right? So then you can say, okay, here we go.
You can give them a call.
$20 a day for the cafe. I'm going to take this.
Have them flick me an email.
Okay.
I'm going to
best,
say
It's not an
LiquidSpace.
immediate thing.
All right.
So I can type in my
website, all the rates and all
meeting.
the different stuff are on there, and
Done.
you can see everything on there.
I can then invite others that are going to meet me. I can see it on the map, and I can say, okay, book it. And now it's going to say, okay, it's going to book it for next space, that location, that cost. And because I have a special kind of membership with them, I don't get charged the fee. And I say
Be a
confirm,
space like that over there.
and I'm done. I can now show up. They've got my reservation there, they got my space ready, and I can go ahead and get my work done.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
so this is so the app is essentially like kind of like an Uber co-working type of app
Exactly.
to connect people, not only connecting people with the space, but also with other coworkers, co-working people as well.
Absolutely, it's to connect the worker with the space, and of course, depending on some of those scenarios, you could choose which is the right, comfortable space for you to work in. In a way, for some, it's like the open table for workspace.
Interesting.
Right? In a way that we're the service, we don't have any of the venues. They're all owned by other, parties, and we simply are the tool that connect the worker with the venue.
So how many people are you? How many companies or spaces are you part of now?
We currently have, across the country, we have about 170 bookable spaces, venues, which equals probably close to 500 actual workspaces. We have also what we call basic listings, which are people that don't have workspaces bookable but are listing them on to be found. About another 170 of those, 180 of those. And then we have over 10,000 people that have memberships.
So it's kind of like also an Airbnb of co-working.
Absolutely. If you're on Airbnb, that's exactly a similar model that we've been looking at.
So how does so if I happen to have like this large work area, but there's so much space that I don't need right now, but I want to open up to co-working, how can I be a part of LiquidSpace?
Simply go to liquidspace.com and click share. And you'll go through a wizard that will just ask you the questions to fill in to allow you to put your space online. and hit a button confirm, and you now are listed immediately on our space. And you pick your price. You also choose who you want to let in. You can set up what we call with visas that define the type of, that define how people can use your space, the hours they can use, how they're going to pay. So you control, and then you can also, when they want to book, you can kind of have them, kind of vet them, ask them a question to see how they will fit into your space. So you have full control over all that.
What about in terms of like insurance or anything like that? I mean, anyone can join in on your space, but what happens if they come into your space and they wreck it or something like that?
Well, it isn't often that space would be used and vacant, because we would encourage, like here, that there's somebody who actually owns the space and that they're there. It's not like, and I know it's kind of the Airbnb model and the history there, that somebody's going and be gone, so they let somebody else use it. It is usually that there is somebody there, so that you're not having to worry about that.
But in case they happen to say, oh, we broke a desk while we're there, and like Next Space said, as part of the policy, is their policy insurance policy stated on LiquidSpace when I go and find the venue?
No, because we're just bringing them together. The actual transaction is between the member and the venue.
Okay.
And we simply bring them together, and you would still want that member to adhere to whatever the venue's policies are.
Okay.
For how they would use the space.
Okay, so you're just playing the middleman to connect the people. Anything else that happens, whether it's about the cost or insurance or anything like that, hours, payment, that's all between the two people.
We will help with the payment, and that we'll take the credit card, and then we'll pay the venue. So we ease that pain for them. But the hours that the person can come visit, whether they can have after hours or they get any special amenities, that's all handled at the venue.
So what is LiquidSpace's cut of the deal? Like, what do you get out of?
So when we bring you a member, if it's the first time, there's a 50% split. It then tiers down. The second time they come, it's 30. Third, it's 10. And after that, it's just a flat 5% because we're processing the credit card.
Okay.
If they're an existing member, in many instances, such as here at Hatchery, they've got existing members who use it to book the conference rooms. We don't take any piece of that because they're their members, and it's simply an added tool that they can use.
Okay. Now, does that worry you? Are you just kind of just connecting people, or does it worry you that I could be introduced to a place here at the Hatchery to just sit down and co-work, and then after that first time I could say, wow, I really like it here. I'm going to work directly with the Hatchery, be a member of them, but then you guys don't get anything?
Actually, we that's what we hope happens. Our goal is that, and that's kind of the value proposition that we bring to the venues, right? We're going to bring you new members, and they're going to come in and see how great your space is, which is why our tiered pricing goes down. Because if they come back, it's because they like who they're working with. So that tiers goes down. If they decide to join, then there is a conversion fee, a $75 conversion fee that we'll take as a way of saying, hey, you take the revenue from them going forward.
Okay.
And that's, it's a model that we see, that we're going to push so many more new members to the venues that it really, we both have great upside in that.
Okay. So in terms of the venues, I know you said that there's a lot of participating venues that you guys have now. I mean, are you predominantly in the United States, or are you?
Right now, for the bookable venues, which are ones that have workspace that you both likely looked at, we're predominantly here in the Bay Area.
Okay.
We're just starting to expand outside of the Bay in the U.S. We're U.S. only. We are going to be going global starting in 2012.
Okay.
We then also, for outside of the U.S., we have probably close to 100 that are not bookable, but are what we call listings, in that we just list them and they can't book on there, but you could call them. It's more advertising.
Okay.
And,
I actually just used your app today, so I'm
All right. So where can people find the LiquidSpace app? It's obviously available on iPad and iPhone.
LiquidSpace.com.
Okay.
Yep, you can easily join for free.
And the Android is coming next year.
Yep, right, early 2012.
Cool.
Right after the first of the year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.